536, 455, you could open up TAC 17. Let me know if I've got any injuries on this. Sorry, yeah, keep it open just a little bit. Hold up, but they don't have what we have, so I think we're good on this one. But yeah, just advise, let me know. Pretty heavy flames through the roof, huh? Back corner room, fully involved, bars on the window. You see that a lot in the valley here, and of course in downtown, south of Mulholland, all of the places that we go to, you do see that quite a bit. On a fire like this, where you have bars on the window, that can absolutely cause an issue for people being able to get out of the building. Really scary stuff, city fire. You can see how long it took them while this was burning. They basically got the fire out by the time they got the gate off of the window. So security gate, security bars, whatever you want to call them, really common here in LA. And that's, if this does turn out to be, I should say, a injury or a fatal fire, that's probably going to be a factor in that situation. Hopefully everybody made it out, but we will see once they do primaries and secondaries, which they won't be able to do for a little bit. So we're not going to know probably for another, looking at how hot that was burning, probably another 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. But we'll find out. A couple more exteriors and then we're out of here. Have a good morning, guys. All right. Yeah, we'll get a couple exteriors. Oh, the street signs. Street signs and.
Right now, we're going to open up a couple more holes on towards the Bravo side of the roof. Looks like we have an exterior fire on the Charlie side. I just need to confirm we have no more extension in the attic. And we're conducting primary right now.
All right. And they're conducting primary right now. All right, you ready? Let's get on out of here. All right, City Fire just confirming now. We just sent it in that this fire that we're at is in fact a fatality incident. LAPD is a strong LAPD presence here. They were here initially. I think they might have called it in the way that this all kind of worked out. There was smoke in the area. LA City Fire responded to a different address that was on Burnett, which is a street, one street to the west. Once LAFD got in the area, they did find the structure with the fire involvement. You guys saw it when we first rolled up. Massive, just serious, intense, pressurized flame and smoke coming out of that front area. I originally thought it was a previous burn because they said it was already venting out the back. Usually when a structure is already venting, it's usually a previous burn. Obviously not in this case, unfortunately. We talked about briefly, I was talking about the safety windows, the safety bars that you could see on the front side, which would be the alpha side of the structure over here. I mentioned that briefly, that, hey, this is, if someone's in there, this is going to be a hard time for them to get out. Sadly enough, they did their primary search. They didn't find anybody. They said everything was clear. They did a subsequent secondary search to that once they got the blowers going and got the smoke out of the building. There is one deceased individual in that structure. This is now a crime scene. We are already obviously in our vehicle by the time that information came out. Anytime you hear that, you think, like, were there fire alarms? Were they sleeping? Are there other factors involved? Anytime there's a fatal fire, it's a very serious situation for the fire department, the police. Arson has to come out. It's a major deal, not to mention, of course, their family and surviving relatives. That's just a horrific way to go. Usually elderly, you see a lot of times in fatal fires, just because they're not physically able or strong enough to get either out a window, even on a first floor like that, getting over a window that's chest high. If you're in your 70s or 80s, that's going to be near impossible for most people. Again, really difficult situation. The only thing I can stress, and the fire department talks about a lot, is smoke alarms, smoke alarm, smoke alarm. That's the main factor in a lot of these fires. And I've talked to a lot of people who have made it out of burning buildings, and they're out on the street, they're in their PJs. I go, hey, like, did you guys smell smoke? What was the deal? More often than not, they didn't even smell smoke. By the time the fire is going and everything's occurring, the thing that actually woke them up and got them into gear, realizing that there was a fire, is that smoke alarm. Smoke alarm that does carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide detection. That's really important. And then if you have a smoke alarm, of course, that detects heat and smoke, I mean, that's the main job there. That'll absolutely save your life. LAFD talks about that all the time. And when it comes to actually in practice here and seeing how, yeah, the attic's now on fire too.
Let me know if you made access.
Seeing how, and not just from talking to people directly that I've spoken to, but what the fire department says, most of the time you're going to hear that the smoke alarm is something that is a determining factor in whether or not people make it out alive.